My dear brothers and sisters, the scripture readings of today reminds us that our God cares for each one of us, that our God cares for a human need. In the first reading, we have Hezekiah, who is sick and is on the point of death. And then he prays to God and he cries aloud. And Isaiah, prophet Isaiah, comes to him and gives him the message that God has blessed you with another few more years, another 15 years. And so God sees his plight and is willing to reach out and help Hezekiah to be restored back to health and to continue his reign for another 15 years. In the gospel, we have Jesus, who defends the need, the hunger of his disciples. It's a Sabbath and they are picking corn. And so the Pharisees question his disciples, how come you are doing this type of a work when it's a Sabbath and not supposed to do anything? And Jesus defends by giving them examples of David and how it also at the Sabbath we point fingers to others and point and make those who are guiltless point at them and make them guilty. And so the Lord reminds each one of us that the law or the rule or the regulation which is there is only to improve life, for the betterment or enhancement of life. It is not to become an obstacle to compassion. In a chapel, we know that most of the parishes have chapels, and so in a chapel on a Sunday Mass, a visiting priest was asked to celebrate that Mass. And so as he was celebrating the Mass and preaching his homily, the chapel no doubt was a small one, it was packed. There were a few people standing also, since there was no enough space. And so as he was preaching, he saw a woman who was heavily pregnant. And so he called the sacristan and he said, see, there's a chair on the side. Ask that woman to come and sit there. And in fact, that chair was adorned with a lot of gems, a beautifully decorated chair. So the sacristan did it because the priest told him. So he went, he requested this woman who was heavily pregnant to come and sit on the chair. And she sat, attended the entire Eucharistic celebration. After the Mass, the chapel committee members came to the priest and said, Father, what you did was wrong. So the priest said, why? Because that chair is only for the bishop. Only bishop can sit on that chair, no one else can sit. You brought that pregnant lady and made her to sit on that chair. So the priest said to the committee, said, if the bishop had come, I would have definitely allowed the bishop to sit. But since this lady was heavily pregnant and needed a place to sit, I requested her to sit on that chair. And so there shouldn't be a problem. Even the bishop will be happy about it, that his chair was used well. So my dear brother and sister, that is what the Lord is telling us. Compassion is more important. Yes, the law is there, but it is there to enhance life. But if it is not enhancing life or destroying life, then we are to question it and to change it so that we are loving and compassionate in our words and our action. Amen.